Hello everyone and welcome to another video. In this video we will talk about the next balance patch will be on aviation. Now I will remind with 2 points. The first point will not be repeated a lot of times. It will just say that the changes will be for both factions. So whatever I say on the faction right now, I'm in the resistance faction. I don't want to switch between both factions. It will take a lot of time and it will consume a lot of time for the video. So I will keep myself on the resistance side and talk about the changes on the resistance side, but they will be mirrored into the confederation faction. Same changes applying on the resistance and on the confederation. The second thing that I will warn about, and I will remind you about a lot in the video, during the video, at the end of the video, and now at the start, that the changes are not final. So whatever I'm saying right now, it may change in the future before the release. Nobody knows when the release is happening. I don't know when the release is happening, so I can't promise any dates. I can't promise any time, but it will be in the future. But in the near future, it won't be that long. It won't take till 2027 or till December. It will be in the upcoming months. Maybe in September, maybe in August. Nobody knows. But it will not be too far away. So we will start first with the buildings, because they are the main thing that will be changed. So it will affect more likely. So the developers thought about the bombers. Bombers were buffed after the hero release from the 2021. Until now they are receiving buffs and buffs because they are not really used inside fights. You will see in 3 vs 3, 2 vs 2, 1v1, in all ranks you are using only fighter jets. So it's either Hawk or Vertex or either helicopters. But bombers, you will never see them. They are just like a ghost from Thor to Albatros. They are the same way. Maybe you see a Thor here and there, but the Albatros is completely dead. But the Thor is used more often than the Albatros. But at the same time, even when it's used, it's very, very, very rare. So now what are the problems of Thor and Albatros? The first problem is how you get them. For low ranks, it's very hard for them to reach a level 4 HQ. As you know, to reach level 3 Aviation Factory, it's you need a level 4 HQ. It's the same as a Hero Factory, where you need a level 4 HQ to reach level 3 Hero Factory and get the tier 3 heroes. The same way applied to the Aviation Factory to reach Bombers and Thors. But at the same time, no, just Bombers. Thor is a Bomber, sorry. At the same time, you would think that a Hero Factory needs HQ 4 because the tier 3 heroes are very strong. They can take on a small army by themselves. They can defend your side by themselves from units if you are having a two-sided attacks. Or if you are doing two-side attacks, you can send your heroes from the other side and they can take care of good amount of army or buildings, and they can take down the buildings very fast compared to units. At the same time, if you put the Aviation Factory, the units that are coming from their tier 3 Aviation Factory are bombers. And the bombers are not that effective. They can take the units, they can take buildings very effectively. You need a lot of Albatros or Thor to take down a building. You will miss the units. The units can simply move and dodge that bombing run. So all your Thor and Albatros are going away. And if there are jet fighters like Hawks or Vertex, they will kill you Thor Albatros, so they will just go and bump and then never return. You lost all your Thor, all your Albatros for nothing. That's for high ranks. For low ranks, you don't reach level 4 HQ. So your fight is in level 3 HQ, so you will never reach bombers. So to fix this, they reduce the requirements. So instead of requiring level 4 HQ, you will be required to have a level 3 HQ to reach level 3 Aviation Factory. Just like Shipyard, Assault Vehicle Factory, Barracks. I think Barracks need level 2 HQ. Special Vehicle Factory, the same way as the Hero Factory level 3, it needs level 4 HQ because the Chameleon and Shield can change the fight significantly. The Chameleon will make everything hidden. The Shield, as you know, will make everything tankier. So in a fight when someone having no shield and no chameleon with someone having a chameleon or shield, it will be very tough to take on, because you know that shield and chameleon support is very huge, just like heroes. That's why they are in level 4 HQ. But Bomber is not something that you need to be in level 4 HQ unless you will really need too few of it to do a lot of damage. So the second of all, now as they are available at level 3 HQ, now for the lower ranks, when you are in level 3 HQ, you go for bombers. So you have one airfield, so it means 4 units. So it means either 4 hawks, 4 bombers, and if you want a mixture, then it's only 2 bombers and 2 jet fighters. And 2 jet fighters and 2 bombers will not do anything, and everyone know it. So now they will fix this issue, but it won't change the high ranks. So there will be 2 airfields available at level 3 HQ instead of 1. Now this change aims to get more aviation units at level 3 HQ at early game, the same way for the low ranks to have more aviation units at level 3 HQ. So you would say you are buffing bombers, but at the same time you are buffing jet fighters. That's why for the jet fighters who are going for the Hawk and the Vertex, I will warn again, these changes are applied to both factions. At the same time, these changes are not final. They may change in the future before the release. And as I said, no change is on the Dragonfly, neither the Cyclone, so they may also change. So now we will go to the jet fighters. First of all, the rule is simple. Aviation units should be not tanky. Shouldn't be tanky. They should never be tanky. At any other game you would see generals. I don't know if Red Alert was also having this mechanic, but I think it had. I played only Red Alert 3 and I played Red Alert 2, but that was from 20 years ago or so. I don't really remember them. I don't really remember a lot of games, but I remember one rule. Aviation units shouldn't be tanky, but they should deal a lot of damage. So for that, they nerfed their HP and armor. The HP will go down by 7% in both leveling and base. So no matter what rank you are, your HP will be minus 7% on your jet fighters. Their armor will go by minus 13% on low ranks. Meanwhile, minus 5% on high ranks. So on your high rank, you will see only on the max level, you will see only minus 5%, but on the low level, you will see minus 13%. At the same time, to compensate this, it will have 250 cost instead of 300. So you will have 50 less cost. The same way goes for bombers, for the Thor Albatros. But their nerf on the HP and armor will be lower. On the HP, they will have minus 2% HP in both base and leveling. Meanwhile, the armor, minus 9% in base and minus 6% in leveling. To compensate the same way for the Hawk and Vertex, they will have 400 resources instead of 450. So we will say, okay, now you are following the Vertex and Hawk changes, but their damage isn't that high. That's why they are buffing their damage by plus 10% and the explosion radius by 5%. Meanwhile, the refueling time will have a higher refueling time by 10%, so they will fly less. They will take longer time to refuel, meaning less flights per minute. Sorry for my spelling, I didn't speak English for a very, very, very long time. I didn't stream since October 2025. These were my last streams, and these were the last times I spoke English. In my work, I don't speak English, only maybe 1 to 2 words. So it's been a very long time. So my spelling will be catastrophic. As you see, it's very, very catastrophic. I spelled something and I remember it's not in German, it's not in somewhere, so I need to respell it. So these are the changes, as I said: percent per refueling time, 10% for the refueling time, plus 10% damage on all armor types, plus 5% explosion radius, minus 2% HP in base and leveling, minus 9% armor in base, and minus 6% armor in leveling. These changes are for both Thor and Albatros. Now the last change will be on the anti-air towers. Both anti-air towers will have minus 20 cost, minus 10 energy, and you will have one more anti-air defense at level 3 HQ. Previously, no, at level 3 HQ, not level 2, level 3 HQ. Previously at level 3 HQ you would have only 4 anti-air towers, now you would have 5. So now you have less cost, less energy requirement, and more anti-air towers at level 3 HQ. So these are the changes, and as I remind you, these changes are not final. You would have more changes or more stuff coming when released. That's not a promise. They may never change. You may see them exactly like this. You may see it change. You may not see it change. Unknown. No promises, but as I said, you may have more changes. For my opinion, Dragonfly and Cyclone need to have the same changes. Less HP and armor, but more damage. I think that Cyclone doesn't require literally damage. I don't think that it should be a damage helicopter. It should be more of a scouting helicopter, so maybe keep its HP and armor, make it cheaper. Make it like spamming Cyclone. Cyclone like a spamming helicopter because it's weak. It shouldn't be damage, while the Dragonfly should have less HP and armor but have more damage. Not spammable like Cyclone. It shouldn't cost the same. It should cost more because it's a damage helicopter that must do a lot of damage. At the same time, in 1v1, like the Confederation with the Zeus and Jaguar, so Dragonfly wins a 1v1, but by time the Cyclone will outnumber the Dragonfly only if you are setting AFK for the Cyclone, so the Dragonfly would reach the same number. Only Cyclone wins with outnumber. Now after this, you would see a fight, a 3 versus 3 fight, maybe 1-2, but without a commentary. I will just put it like that. If you want to watch it, you can watch it. It shows bombers being used. It shows Vertex being used, Hawk being used, Albatros, and so on. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.